All right. First, let me start off. I know you want to say something, but I am very theatric and very exaggerated. Mm-hmm. And I do it for comedic purposes. And I'm an actual entertainer.
Yeah.
And the people...
Are you going to apologize for something?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Hi, I'm Chris Lujan.
And I'm BINDU.
This is the I Ams.
The people locally around here know me as that.
Yeah, as a jester.
Right. Because I entertain drunk people. So I'm constantly heckled. So I heckle back.
But I think
so it's fun.
But you're that in real life as well. Yes. It's not just paint night where it's like you're on stage entertaining. You're also somehow outwardly this wizard jester, carries a staff, bless you, kind of guy.
True. Well, when I say things like I'll stomp the balls of the Amish, I don't really mean I'm going to stomp the balls of the Amish.
Yeah.
I do not promote violence. No violence. And I don't want people out there thinking, yeah, man, these make a lot of sense, man. Fuck the Amish.
If this show catches on, just a shirt that says we support the Amish, the I Ams.
Right.
That's like a shirt for us.
Right.
That totally fits the humor of this show, right?
Right.
Humor. It's humor.
I just want to say...
Wait, there's a seagull flying by.
We're in California.
I know. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Right. I just want
Hold on.
And we want ghetto children to be happy, don't you, Chris?
So we support the Amish.
I just wanted to say to our younger generation out there that watch us, right?
Yeah.
I am aware.
You better hope they watch this episode.
I'm aware that a lot of my behavior is aggressive, toxic, all that alpha male bullshit.
He's scared people are going to take him seriously and start an Amish fight club without the Amish knowing, basically.
First of all, one of my problems is that I'm not scared. I never get scared. That's one of my problems. But okay, so I'm Gen X, and I'm trying very, very hard to become enlightened. And that's hard for Gen X.
Again, that's what this show is.
Because I was cooking dinner at 10 years old, man. We were grown-ups at 15 already.
True. Got your own key.
You know what I'm saying?
Got your own key. You come and go as you please.
Right. And that's
what I did.
Fucking kids now, they're 25 years old and they act like how I acted when I was 13.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like...
What he's saying, Maceo, is it's time to grow up.
No. I'm saying we got abused as kids. And so we grew up and we got...
Hi, Mom.
My dad beat the fucking shit out of me. You know,
I never got beat the shit out of.
Really?
Yeah.
My cousin Jerome made a joke at a family get-together. And he goes, hey, you guys remember when we used to go to Uncle Art's house to watch Brandon get his ass whooped? And everyone broke out in laughter. And I was like, damn, it happened that frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah. It explains a lot.
We're sorry, the Amish.
I know. So I understand that I'm cringy and I'm all of that. But
This is a real apology.
No, I do it for comedic purposes and all of that. And I'm on the path to become enlightened, and I'm on the path of truth and no violence. And I do it via cannabis.
Sure.
And thoughts and taking care of...
Nice try.
And taking care of bonsai trees.
Yeah, you do take care of bonsai trees. Oh, yeah. I did get a picture earlier today.
Well, you got to take care of something for no reason.
That's you, Maceo.
You're a different kind of a person.
Yeah.
When you take care of something for no reason.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So I'm trying. I'm aware of who I am.
You're doing it.
I'm trying.
You're doing it.
I am.
This is the fun part.
Well, look, I'm not Jesus, right? Jesus was a pacifist.
Thank God you know that.
Right? Well, like if you were to slap Jesus, he would forgive you. You slap me, I'm going to break that fucking arm. I'm going to compound fracture all of your limbs.
Man, if you thought you were Jesus, you would be
uncontrollable. No, man.
But I don't think you've ever had that.
No,
That's never been an issue with you.
I'm trying.
We've had other issues.
To be,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a pacifist. I'm trying.
Uh-huh.
But Batman's my hero. And I think
You're doing
sometimes,
well.
man, sometimes no one's above an ass whooping, I don't think. No one.
He's talking about you, Maceo. Okay, so
that's my public announcement. All right.
Sorry, that was his giant way of saying allegedly.
Now, from part 2, right? When it comes to cosplayers.
Oh my God.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
I love cosplayers. I love
Episode title. We're sorry twice. Just go ahead.
I love the whole comic convention atmosphere.
Uh-huh.
I just think cosplaying is for a certain age group. Because
you almost said that. I know why we talked about this, so I know where you're going. You almost said this in the episode, but you didn't quite get there. Go ahead and get there.
The predators have found a loophole through cosplay. Mm-hmm. And they're exploiting it.
But what you're trying to get across is that there's an age group where cosplay is okay.
It's
and
fun
then
as hell.
You get to the generation above that, and then it's like, okay, this is a little weird.
Correct.
But okay, so let me ask you this.
Just like I was telling you the other day, right? You got a whole bunch of teens and they're working on their cars together, their little Hondas or their Toyotas or whatever, right? And now here comes this established grown man in his fucking Porsche 911. Mm-hmm. He pulls up and he comes out and he wants to talk shop with the kids working on their fucking Hondas and shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. You don't belong here, dude. Right?
Yeah.
And so you got these young kids making their costumes, having a good time at their convention. And here comes this guy with this fucking 3D printer with this Iron Man shit. And he's fucking 50 years old. And he's trying to impress the 14-year-old little girl.
So this is what I want to ask you. So as I was editing the episode, this question came up. The Cosnay episode.
Your titles are awesome.
Thank you. So it crossed my mind that those 14-year-old girls and boys who are involved in cosplay,
having a blast.
Okay. They age.
Yeah.
Right? So can they, since they started off young, they're just taking it into their older age, which clearly, come on. You might not be cosplaying, but clearly this is something that you've brought with you from the younger you, right? So is there an age where those cosplayers can still cosplay without turning into the older generation that is, as you see it, predatory?
It's few and far in between. The answer is yes. It's all art. The problem is art is in the eye of the beholder, and there's too many people that do it. And they become a business, right? How to cosplay, meetups, all that, LARPing in the park and all of that.
I'm going to show you how I made this, Transformers costume.
Yeah. Right. I think one of the first episodes you were asking me about splatter art.
Yeah.
And I was talking about Ralph Steadman and shit like that. But I didn't understand the question, right? And you're talking about Pollack.
You're just making up for all of the shit. You're like, oh man, I should have said this. This is that episode.
No, because behind me, next to my magnificent fucking cosplay costume,
I've been looking at these.
The splatter.
I've been looking at these as I've been editing, and I'm like, we should talk about these one day.
I'm talking about it.
Fucking A, here we are.
Right.
Please tell the story of these because it's magnificent.
Okay. Now, you know how the skull behind me, that was a Halloween-themed painting, right? Now, you're asking about, can adults do cosplay, right?
Yeah.
I would say 25 and under, you can cosplay.
Okay.
Anything older than that, you have to be movie accurate. And if you're not, fuck off.
But
if you're 400 pounds and you're dressing up like Adam West Batman, get the fuck out of here.
But you were saying in that episode that those people who are, you're saying if they
body shaming.
Now you're saying they take it so far that they're movie accurate, right? That's okay. But in that episode, I felt like you were saying them being movie accurate made them even more predatory.
Yes. Because if you're movie accurate and you're under 25 years old, wow. Pretty good. If you're 47 years old and you have movie accurate shit, chances are you can afford these types of things and you shouldn't even be there. What the fuck?
So first of all,
I hate that.
First of all, this was an apology to the Amish, right? Because you were like, they have to know I'm joking because I don't want anyone coming after me because of something I said and someone took it the wrong way and blah, 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 right?
Kind of.
With cosplay,
I'm not worried about anyone coming after me. That's
you know what I mean.
Ridiculous.
People being like, fuck that guy.
Sure.
You know.
I do not want to promote violence or hatred in any way.
So, but with cosplay, you're full on no apology, fuck it.
Full on.
Predators still, I don't care if, like, there's millions of people out there who cosplay, and you're like, fuck it, this is my stance, you're a fucking asshole.
Kinda.
Okay.
Only because of my experiences of me going through it, having a wonderful time, and watching what it evolved into. It evolved into something this is weird, predatory and terrible. And then my daughter, me experiencing what my daughter had to go through. She's now 27.
Right.
Right.
So your son and your daughter, you talked about taking them to a convention. He was Boba Fett, she was Robin.
Correct.
Right? So they started off young. Your daughter's 26 now.
27.
27 now. Your son is?
23.
Okay. So as they get older, there just has to be a spot where they're like, can't be involved in it anymore. Now I'm a predator.
Right.
You agree with that statement?
Yes, but it's picky. It's a weird, tricky thing. Like, okay, so what if my daughter has kids? Right?
Yeah.
And now that she dresses them up like little hobbits.
I mean, this is what you did.
And she dresses up like Galadriel.
Yeah.
And she takes them to the con.
Right.
Am I going to get mad at her? No. Right?
Right.
Right? But the girl that mixes fucking Boba Fett and Slave Leia, and now her titties are hanging out, her fucking ass is hanging out, she got a Boba Fett helmet on, she's walking around the convention with the same woman dressed like Galadriel with their little hobbits.
You did say in that
Get the fuck out of here.
You did say in that episode, where can the children go?
Right. There is Halloween.
And so in that statement, I totally get it.
Halloween is for if you want to be slutty and dress up all crazy shit. There's places for that. Halloween parties, exotic erotic balls.
So hold on.
But don't go to the convention dressed like that.
As you were just talking.
Yeah.
I was thinking, so like, you're not a cosplayer.
No.
Right? But weirdly, you have either the costumes or you have the lifelike bust sculpture, one-to-one scale. It's like, it's almost like the same thing. You have the costume, you just don't put it on.
I make the costume. And I am a collector.
That is true.
I'm an artist.
You're a collector.
Correct.
Cosplayers, you don't see them as collectors. They're just like showboating.
Yes. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Most of them don't know the lore.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
They're wearing a costume.
Now, back to the splatter paintings, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes.
It was a Halloween themed painting, and we were doing Jack Skellington.
Yes.
Right, and a lot of people really want a picture perfect Jack Skellington, so I made a stencil for everybody, and you brought your family.
Yes, I did. Thanks for having us.
And we had a blast.
We did.
And you said, fuck this stencil, and you painted your skull multiple different times.
Yeah.
It changed like an old-fashioned MTV commercial. The MTV logo just kept changing.
It was real artist shit.
Right, and it ended up being that skull.
Yes.
And at the end, I'm like, you have to let me have that.
I don't even think you asked. I was just like, here you go.
So now it's a part of my house forever. That was a moment, right?
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, I had thought about doing that at other times, and I've seen people at your shows at times just go off script and paint whatever. So like, I had thought about it from time to time. This time I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. Skull.
It's much more fun when you go off script.
Yeah, I guess.
Like this whole fucking show.
Make sure to like and subscribe and join our Discord and Patreon. Check out our links.
Now back to the show. Back to the splatter art. I do not think Pollack, I think Pollack was bullshit. I think splatter art is bullshit. I think it is decoration, and it always looks good. But I do not think that you can charge a lot of money for it.
Oh, okay, I understand that.
And Pollack was the first person to charge a lot of money for it.
But Pollack being the first person to at least be widely known for doing that.
I mean, look at how much of an asshole this guy was. He would make a trapeze rig and fling his body around like some kind of rubber dummy.
Like on The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, they were making fun of Pollack.
Okay, but
that was that. That's what that was. Because he was doing that.
But I didn't take it that they were making fun of Pollack. I took it that they were making fun of people who would do that in a serious way to mimic Pollack.
But Pollack was doing it in a serious way in the first place, and it's bullshit.
But is it bullshit when Pollack does it?
So yes, the whole thing is bullshit.
I don't know.
Okay, so look,
I understand the artistic merit that goes into it that might be bullshit. But him being like I said, the first to be well known for doing it, the first to be mainstream doing it, I see him as an artist. Go ahead.
The paintings behind me,
yes,
were from one of my paint nights. Mm-hmm. Right, the bright red orange. It's a sunset next to a cliff in the sand. Now, this one particular customer was having a blast. It's an adult only show. It's a private event. Mm-hmm. I DJ. I bust adult naughty jokes. And I teach people how to paint for the first
Waving his privates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They put their fucking phones down and they make eye contact, and no one does that anymore because everyone's looking at their fucking phones all the time. Or their tablets, right? So now they're having a blast.
Paint night with BINDU. What super paint? What the fuck is it? Pitch yourself.
Superpaintparty.net.
Superpaintparty.net.
Yeah, and so
come have a drink with BINDU.
So fucking people are having a good time. They're listening to hip hop music a little too loud.
Because you're playing it a little.
I'm playing.
Honestly, sometimes you're playing it a little too loud.
You need to tell me.
Do you want me to?
Yes.
Okay, you want me to be like, bro?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
because I know that you're always constantly controlling the volume.
Yes, because every song is recorded at different levels.
And sometimes you hit it. You're listening to Apple Music though, right?
Yep.
They should have it even.
Should is a funny word, Chris Lujan.
Tech.
Should is a funny word.
Yeah, okay.
When it's coming out of an 18-inch fucking...
Right. Okay, well then I'll let you know. Because I know sometimes you do it on accident because you're up and down with it so much.
I'm also inebriated. Right?
Yeah, but I don't think that's it.
So... I'm painting with this cat. I'm teaching people how to paint.
The couple of times you've said I'm inebriated, it's because you're trying to defend yourself over making the simplest, dumbest mistakes. Who cares?
I'm drunk and high and controlling an entire crowd while I joke, teach, fix, and DJ.
Oops, I turned it up too much. That's not because you're drunk.
Might be.
Nah.
But every song is recorded at different levels anyway.
Exactly. So you're thinking like, I'm gonna play a song, it needs to be at this level, and it's too high on accident. Who cares?
Okay, well, you gotta tell me.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Fuck up real bad.
Yeah.
So
you need Jesus.
I'm teaching this guy how to paint. He's having a good time.
This guy. Yep.
The sunset one. Mm-hmm. Right? And he fucks up. And I'm like, there is no fucking up, dude. I'm like, who cares if you slap a little paint on there? And he goes, oh, like this? And he did some more. And I'm like, oh, well, now...
His true artist came out.
Now you're committed. And the look of relief on his face, because he was like, it was like a test.
Yeah, yeah.
And now he's like, fuck. He had such a good time. At the end of the show, he was like, can I trade mine for yours? Because mine came out perfect. And so I gave him mine. He signed it, and I kept it, right? And that was that.
Maybe the key is to just fuck it up so that you have the freedom to do whatever the hell you want to. Before he was following the rules that you were laying in front of him by now paint this, now paint that. As soon as he was like, and ruined it, now he was free to do whatever the hell he wanted to do.
Well, I never said he ruined it. And I think he felt
his was like, fuck it.
Right.
He probably thought, I'll go, like, there's no saving this, I'll ruin it.
I think he was upset that I was going to be like, look what you've done, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, now you're committed. And he's like, this is okay?
Yeah, you freed him up. Look, freedom.
Okay. Years later, This motherfucker comes back with another group of people.
Right.
He gets shit-faced again. This motherfucker cannot handle his alcohol. He did it again. He got fucked up.
Yeah.
But this time, he's not asking. This time, he's like, oh, I know what to do, Bindu. Right? You might remember me from before. I'm like, oh, I remember you, bro. I remember you. Right? And he did it again.
Yeah.
And that's what this one is.
I really like this blue one.
Now, at the end of all that, he has no idea I'm collecting his work. He signed both of them.
Yeah.
He has no idea I'm collecting his work. Right? And he has no idea that they're up in my fucking studio.
Right.
Of all the thousands of people that
And you've never told this story to him.
No, I haven't told the story.
What's his name? Do you even know?
No.
Fuck,
I only know his face.
Hit us up.
Well, it's because people, they have their name, their official name on Facebook, but then they hit me up on Instagram and their handle's different.
Yeah.
But then they'll email me when they buy tickets, which is a totally different name. Everyone is fucking Tolkien. Everyone has 7 names and shit. Get the fuck out of here, Mithrander.
We're sorry, Amish.
You know what I mean? Fuck the Amish. Fuck the Amish. No, I mean it.
Oh, man.
But I just know violence to them. But fuck them, right? Just bust them out, cosplayers.
So wait, with Society 7, what the
Society 6. So I keep these 2 paintings because I felt like they came out nice.
Yeah,
right?
That one is awesome.
Because a drunken amateur person with absolutely no training at all can make a nice decoration by splattering fucking paint on it. It's not art.
You're wrong. Because that drunk guy who just did whatever, these mean something to you.
Yeah.
They are art to you.
Correct. Yeah. Okay, you win. You win.
I mean,
Pollack is bullshit.
nah, man. I don't know. I understand that the style that it is, that it's splatter art, that it's probably just some wild man whirling dervishing with paint spraying everywhere. I understand how you're like, how the fuck is that art? But Pollack, like I said, being the first one to, I'm not saying he's the first one to ever do it. I mean, as far as the history books go, I think that's what they say, but I don't want to say something wrong here. I dig what he does.
You dig what he does.
I dig what he does, yeah.
Dig Doug.
Dig Doug.
I get it.
Now we're back to the 80s.
I just think it's bullshit.
Okay.
Like on Ex Machina in the movie when they're like, it's like the focus of the scene. He has a Pollack.
Was there?
Yeah, deep down.
Yeah.
Where no one can see it, only he can appreciate it. Appreciate what, motherfucker?
I don't know.
Appreciate that a drunken dude with extra long suspenders took cans of leaky paint over top of
If you
a
send me $500, I will do a 12 by 24 custom Jackson Pollack style painting for you. An official IAM's Jackson Pollack style painting. What'd I say? $500? $250? I don't know. Name your price.
Hold on. I get to hoist you up in the air and spin you around and shit.
No.
While you have buckets of paint.
Maybe. If that's what you want.
Else. That would be something else. Like a piñata.
You wouldn't see that as art?
I would see it as a stunt.
You would see the whole thing as one big art piece, but not the painting.
Let me explain something to you.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
That's all you've been doing.
I know. And that's another thing, young generation. I know I mansplain, but
I don't think any of this is mansplaining.
I'm a real man. You got to understand. There's a lot of people out there that they put their best foot forward and they say this, that, and the other. I'm the actual fucking
you're
thing.
making sure your worst foot is forward at all times.
I only have worst feet. Where are we going?
I don't know.
Oh. Now,
Jackson Pollack.
if I bring
Painting,
up Pablo
art piece.
Picasso,
Yeah.
a lot of people will think a lot of different things.
Sure.
But the main thing that comes up
I could get myself in so much trouble
in
here.
people's mind is his shittier work. He has that one black and white horrible.
You're saying that the ones that are famous to the general public.
When I say Picasso, you think immediately Cubism and all that dumb bullshit.
Kind of, but I thought of like the whole history because he didn't start that way.
Correct. That's my point.
Yeah.
The point I'm getting at is Pablo Picasso, at a very young age, could paint photograph perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Great line work.
Right. So later on, if he decides to paint with his
So
dick
snobby.
and he makes it all fucking silly and stupid, he can fucking explain why he did it that way, because he's a master artist and he's already mastered all this shit. So now we can start deconstructing shit and doing things dumb, right?
Yeah.
Did Pollack ever do photorealistic painting ever? Did he ever prove that he had chops, or was he just slinging paint around?
I'm going to have to look into that because, I mean, like, I know Pollack's work, right? And I like Pollack's work. But basically, my history of Pollack is from the movie, which...
Jesus Christ.
So if you could believe the movie, hey, it's not Crossroads with Ralph Macchio. It's not that. But like, if you could believe the movie.
I hated that movie when he got up and he did the whole thing and he had the guitar and he did the... Ralph Macchio.
This guy.
Oh, what happened?
So
Celsius?
if you're to believe the way the movie was, there was a moment when that style emerged. He was already an artist. Again, this is from the movie, so it could be complete bullshit. We need to tell the audience something, so we'll put this in the movie to explain it. But the way it was in the movie, that style was a discovery. He was already an artist, so I would have to go back and look.
Okay.
I'm not saying it was photorealistic, but he was already an artist before that style happened.
Okay.
Kind of on accident, but
Sure.
I don't know. I like Pollack's work. To me, I'm all about colors.
I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking.
So I'm all about colors, and I think Pollack's use of colors is fantastic.
Well, there you go.
So,
Awesome.
hey, he had the right crayons. I like his work because he had the right crayons.
Mm-hmm. I got a dude drunk and played Too Short, Too Loud, and that's what I got on the wall.
Oh, these paintings.
Yep.
They're great. I love them.
Me too.
And you see them as art.
Well, I wouldn't pay fucking 1.7 million for them. And people will pay that for a Pollack and think it's a bargain. And I'm just like, bullshit.
It's just paper.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Okay.
But, I mean, whatever.
I mean, I don't ever say this, but we're going to have to agree to disagree on this one.
That's fine. So that's what I think about splatter art. If you can fucking do your art and you know the rules.
Right. And
then you deconstruct.
Now you're saying, now you're
Sure.
understanding what I mean by splatter art. You know that I'm not talking about Stedman, or I'm not talking about my food with a toothbrush flicking ink on something. That's not what I mean as splatter art. I was specifically talking about Pollack style art and people doing it post Pollack.
I think it looks great.
Which is posing.
I think anyone can do it, and it's always going to look great.
Right.
That's why I have that hanging up on the wall to remind me. Anyone can do it.
Anyone can paint.
Right. Don't do that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
It's anyone can cook.
You're right. But do you know?
I grew up on if Yan can cook, so can you.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, wonderful.
Yan Can Cook was one of the first cooking shows. Was that it was like a local television PBS type thing? Dude, Yan Can Cook was the shit.
He's local.
I mean, I would watch this as a teenager.
Yeah. He was the baddest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed me how to debone a chicken in 27 seconds. I never did it, but he did. Like, holy fuck.
I watched him
Look,
do
it's
it.
easy. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Like, holy
Shit,
fuck.
what were we saying right before you got to that? Right before you got to Yan Can Cook.
So can you.
Hi.
Now, I accidentally changed this to Celsius. I was going to take a rip from it, but...
Oh, I don't know.
I know. I'm going to have to look. I'm an old-ass man that mansplains, that's just getting into the whole...
Tech was the last episode. I'm going to tie all of this shit together.
Hilarious.
Oh,